What's up, everybody? It's your boy Giovanni, the G35 fam, back at it again with another video on the channel. So guys, I don't mean to start the video off on a sad note, but I did want to show my appreciation to all the people who, showed their support on a recent post that I did. Y'all left y'all's comments and y'all put y'all's thumbs up. It hasn't been a good week this week, unfortunately. The dog that me and my fiance had when we first got together for 14 years, just all of a sudden, just passed away. I don't know what happened, but it's been a rough week, and I just thought I'd show my support and tell everybody thank you for just showing their appreciation. So thank y'all guys, and yeah. But that being said, guys, today's video is gonna be a good one, so hopefully y'all stay tuned to the end of the video. And like always, make sure y'all share this video, because if you know the channel, I try to do videos on things that make it easier for the G35 fam, or do videos that you haven't seen on a G35. So today's video, I'm going to attempt to install some halos for the reverse lights. That'll pretty much complete my whole setup of the tail lights. If you haven't noticed, I do have halos for my daytime running lights and brake lights. So I think with this little modification, the halos are gonna complete the whole look of the tail lights. So we're gonna see how it turns out, and yeah, hopefully it comes out good. So if it does turn out looking good, make sure you share the video and put that thumbs up. Helps out the channel. And not only that, but you'll be part of the G35 fam. So thank y'all to all the new subscribers. Like always, been talking too much, so let's get this video started. Alright guys, so the items that you're gonna need to complete this modification, I'm thinking it's gonna be the same kind of tools that you're gonna need that I used when I did the tail lights. I got my Dremel, of course I got my halos. You're gonna need a flathead screwdriver so you can take off all these clips, and then you'll need your socket to use the to take off the the nuts that are holding the tail light together. As you can see, this is like a chrome shiny look. So if you notice, this is like a gloss or like a matted black. You can tell the different colors. So I'm gonna paint this the same color black, so it all looks like one tail light. So this is the I still have some left over, but if I need to buy some more I will. But this is the black that I have, and then to primer it down. Then of course do the whole steps to prepping the light. I got my alcohol to clean it up. But yes, the halos that I have, they are 60 millimeter, so that way it fits perfectly in that circle right there. The thing that I'm not gonna need, but you may need it, because I've gotten a little bit better with this Dremel when it comes to cutting. If you have like a box knife or something, just to make an indentation in the in the light, so that way you can use it like as a guideline. So when you use the Dremel, you'll be able to go off that. But like I said, that's optional if you want to. And I guess when you get to the wiring, we'll get to all that. But for the most part, we'll see how it turns out. Like I said, I'm really excited to try this modification. If it comes out looking good, well then hopefully the steps that I take will help you out. And if it doesn't come out looking good, well then not to do the steps that I took, and you'll learn from my mistake. But let me take off this whole cover right here, use a flathead, and then will be able to expose the back of the reverse light, and I'll be able to remove it. So I'm gonna do that right now. Alright guys, removed all my clips. I'll probably have to put them like in a little bowl, that way I don't lose them. But I did want to show y'all how to remove this, just in case if you're having trouble. But all you do is with your fingers pull this back like this, and then with some muscle and some force bring it down just like this, like that. So all you're gonna do is just pull this back and then pull it down, and that's how you remove that. It can be a little tricky, but just thought I'd show y'all. And then you're just gonna pull all this liner back like that. That way you can expose your the back of your tail light. And then with your socket, you're just gonna remove these nuts, and you'll be able to pop it off. So I'm gonna do that right now. All right. So once you remove the nuts, you'll be able to just pop it out like that, and like that. Remove it. There you go, right there. So if you noticed, I already had this socket already taken out. Well, I didn't have it taken out. It fell out. That was the issue that I was having, being that I kind of broke the twist part in order to keep it, you know, locked. So I've had an issue with that always falling out. So to prevent that, guys, what you want to do, the proper way to remove these sockets, or, you know, remove this, is this little harness right here. You're gonna put some pressure on it, and then you'll be able to twist it like that. So if you listen, this is how it locks. So now I unlocked it, and I'll be able to properly remove it. That way you're not breaking the you know, the fixture. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and keep these, because in the future, if I want to utilize them, I'm gonna, you know, have them as a spare. So that being said, just wiggle it a little bit. If it doesn't come out, use your flathead and it should pop out. So I'm gonna remove this and we'll go to the next step. So once you have these removed, you could do what I did, put the nuts right here, that way you don't lose them. But the next step you're gonna do is, like I said, if you have a knife, you can just use the indentation, or use the lens as a guideline to make an indentation with your knife. But I've been pretty good with the Dremel, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use the Dremel and use that as a guideline. And then right here might be a little bit tricky. Right here might be a little tricky, but I'm just gonna follow the lens. That way I can remove this whole piece. So I'm gonna do that right now, and we'll go to the next step. So once you keep using the Dremel, you want to be able to have your blade to be able to, you know, put it through there so you can see it. So little by little, you're gonna have that little gap in between. I don't know if you can see, but you're gonna have a gap in between. That way, you know, you can run your knife through there. So all of this right here, well, from right here all the way this way, it's working pretty good. It's just right here, it's kind of tricky. So what I'm doing is, right here, I'm trying to go at an angle so that way my knife still is able to get in there. So it's a little bit tricky, but I thought I'd just show you. So it should just pop off. There we go. So what I'm gonna probably do now, because I don't know how hard this is to take it off. So if anything, I'm just gonna leave it like that, primer it, and then after I'm doing that, I'll do the, you know, the black coat and all that. But I have my halo right here, and I'll probably drill a hole right here, just enough where I can fit this wire through. But it's gonna look something like this. See how perfectly it fits, and then something like that, guys. But it is getting a little dark now, so I'm probably gonna do this other tail light off camera, and then paint everything, and then tomorrow is when I will start assembling everything, putting the, you know, the lights together, and then going from there and doing the wiring. So the next time you see this video, it'll be the next day. So let's do that right now. Alright guys, so it is the second day. Like I had said, I was gonna cut off the other lens on the other light, which I did, and then paint everything. So this is kind of the final look as far as the painting. Not the best job, but it will be covered with the lens. So the next step that I was, you know, trying to figure out is how am I going to secure the halos. So if you didn't notice, yes, the halo fits perfectly in the light fixture, right? But the thing that I did notice is, so if I have the halo like that and I put the lens on, I did a little test to see how it was going to look. Well, as you can see, the different texture in the lens is going to cause the light just to, you know, brighten up. It's not going to actually show the halo. So what needs to be done was I needed to get the halo as close as possible to the lens, so that way you can see the actual halo. So something like that. So the way I figured out how to secure this and you know, prevent it from moving around is with my Dremel. I don't know if you can tell, but I did make a little indentation right there. That way the wires can slide in right there. Not only that, but right here, back here, there's a little opening. I don't know if you can tell. I'm gonna feed the wire, or the harness and the wire, through that little slot. That way it comes out from the back. And then with this little slit that I have for the wires, I'll feed them in just like that. Just like that, right? And then with some super glue, I'm going to super glue it so that way it doesn't move. So something like that, right? And then the lens will be right there. And then with this cover, it'll prevent the light from moving back and forth. So see? Something like that. But I just thought I'd show you because that's what I came up with as far as to secure it. So as you can see, I put the super glue on there. Have the wires feeding through there. I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit, and then once that's done, I'll be able to go to the next step. So I'm gonna let that sit, and then we'll go to the next step, guys. All right, so it looks like the glue already finished setting. It's all nice and hard, so it's not going anywhere. As you can tell, I have the wires coming through the back, which is a good thing. Got everything ready to you know, seal up. Before you put the lens on and seal everything up, if you just want to double check to make sure the halos are working, go ahead and do that. But for the most part, the next step, you're going to want to use this right here. That way you can seal it all off. You're going to want to put that all around the edging of the lens. That way when you put it on like that, it'll be secure. And then with these, I have these little clamps. What I'm gonna do is use them to, you know, just give it a little bit of pressure, you know, something like that. And then I'm gonna use the heat gun to, you know, bond everything. And then that should be it, guys. So I'm really excited to see how this turns out. So let me do all that right now, and then we'll go to the next step. Alright, so as you can see, I put the rubber sealant all around the trim of the lens. As you can see, this is kind of a thick sealant, so what I did was just evenly spaced it out just to you know, fit perfectly around the lens. You don't want to put too much, because if you do, it'll overlap, and then on this side of the lens it'll start showing black. So you just want to keep it as thin as possible, but that's pretty much how it's gonna look. And then with my lens, I'm going to put it right on top, just like that, just like that. And then with these clamps, I'm going to apply some pressure like that. I don't know if it's gonna grab on that side, but for this side it'll grab. Just like that. And then once I do all that, I'm gonna use the heat gun and seal it all off. So let's do that right now. So guys, the next step after installing your lights, you're gonna want to wire it up. So I'm gonna show you what wires to tap into. As you can tell, it's gonna be an orange with a stripe and a black with the stripe. So being that you know, in the future I might want to save this, I'm gonna give it a little bit of slack and probably cut back here. So I'm gonna remove all of this, so I can have enough wire, so in the future if I want to, you know, reuse this, I'll be able to. But all you're going to do is use your black with your black and your orange with your red. So I'm going to do that right now. I have a crimping tool, and I'm going to, you know, crimp it, and then that'll be it. I'll test them out and we'll see how it turns out. If you are curious what butt splices that I'm going to use, I'm using these right here. So as you can see, I already have one side already crimped down. I don't have my soldering gun, but I did make a good connection on the joint. And then I have my butt splice right there. And then all I'm gonna do is put it right there in the middle, like this, just like that. And then once I do that, I'm gonna crimp it down, and we should be good. I'll hide it in this little tube, so I'm gonna do that right now. Just thought I'd show y'all. All right guys, so just finished putting everything together, taped it all up, trying to make it look clean. For the most part, it came out you know, looking all right. But yeah, I already tested it out. Everything looks good. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to wait till it gets dark, so that way y'all can see the look after. And that'll pretty much conclude the video, guys. So like always, if you enjoyed this content, feel free to put that thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to subscribe right down below the video. And thank you, like always, to all the new subscribers. That being said, man, it's your boy Giovanni. Y'all have a great day. Peace.